Hey there friends, welcome back to the channel. You might have read some news articles regarding OnePlus slowing down some of their apps in their flagship 9 and 9 Pro smartphones. Now this came as a real surprise for someone like me who owns a OnePlus smartphone just for its performance. And this also raises a concern regarding the company's direction in the future. So today in this video, let us look at what has happened and why it has happened in the first place. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss any cool videos. Now before we get started guys, manufacturers slowing down their smartphones is not something new or unheard of. This happens all the time and many manufacturers have been found guilty of the same when found out. Even Apple, the $2 trillion tech giant, did the same with some of its older iPhone models. And what happened here was Apple throttled the processor of its older iPhone models to save its battery to preserve its battery life. This in turn obviously slowed down the older iPhones and ultimately forced the user to buy newer iPhones earlier than they initially intended. And initially Apple denied this claim, but later Apple accepted the same and have also agreed to pay a whopping $113 million to settle consumer fraud lawsuits. Apple also for a small time allowed the users to replace their existing depleted battery for a new one, which helped the users to retain the performance as it will be as on a new smartphone, and they've used it for another 2-3 years. So what I just said was a massive tech giant slowing down their phones. But it is important to note that Apple slowed down only their older iPhone models and not the new flagship ones. OnePlus, on the other hand, has intentionally slowed down its flagship models 9 and 9 Pro, which were just launched literally months ago. And it is also very surreal to see this from OnePlus, a manufacturer who always claimed and promised speed and performance over anything in their smartphones. All this means that there must be a serious reason for OnePlus, a company who values speed and performance, to slow down their flagship smartphones. But it is not that big of an issue, to be honest. OnePlus says they have done it to improve the battery life of their new flagship phones, which were just launched months ago. But what is interesting is that OnePlus has specifically made a blacklist to decide which apps to throttle and not. The apps in this blacklist included Google's entire app suite, Microsoft's app suite, and all social media apps, the popular ones like Instagram, Twitter, and browsers like Chrome, Firefox, and Microsoft Edge. And unsurprisingly, all the benchmark apps were not featured in the blacklist. And this kind of looks like OnePlus is trying to manipulate these benchmark tests for better scores and higher listing, which ultimately means that the smartphone is faster. But right after AnandTech found this and published it on their website, Geekbench was quick enough to delist both the OnePlus 9 and 9 Pro smartphones from its charts. Geekbench also mentioned that they are utterly disappointed to see OnePlus doing this sort of benchmark manipulation. OnePlus then came with a statement to XDA developers regarding this and said that they have done the same to preserve battery life and to handle the heat management issues, which they came to know after the device's launch back in March. It is what it is, friends, and this will neither be the first time nor the last time you will be hearing such things. Manufacturers will do this time to time, for which Apple and OnePlus have been a great example. That's all for this short video, friends. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to the channel. Meet you all in my next one.